morning this morning, and welcome to a It is time to quit this RJ Day isn't good enough to play at Ohio State narrative edition of the OHIO podcast. Do us a big favor if you don't mind, everybody, and smash that like button. Make sure you're subscribed to the channel, ring the bell, get notified every time you go live, and of course, put a comment down in the comment section below. We want to know what you think about what we think. So, it is no secret that we here at the OHIO podcast are big fans of one RJ Day, the son of head coach Ryan Day. It's been a unique experience from an Ohio State fan to watch the young man basically grow up before our eyes as Ohio State fans. Before Ryan Day, every coach before him, most of their family was already grown up. Even Urban Meyer, whose youngest child, his son, was in high school when he took the position. He ended up going to Cincinnati to play baseball, but he was already being recruited by the time Urban Meyer took over as head coach, and so he wasn't a little tyke like RJ was the day Ryan Day took over as head football coach at Ohio State. Of course, RJ's got two sisters, and we've watched them grow up as well as Ohio State fans. But being football fans and being a football podcast, of course, we take great interest in RJ because he's a football player, much like his father was before him. And RJ's very good. He is incredibly good. Listen, if he wasn't good, we wouldn't be making a video about this. We wouldn't be talking about him. We wouldn't have had him on as a guest on the Buckeye Lounge. Shout out to TG and Sean Schrock for interviewing RJ on the Buckeye Lounge. And the young man represented himself and his family incredibly well, despite the fact he was only, I think he's like 15 at the time of the interview, 16 at the most. So he's incredibly young man, but incredibly mature for his age. And of course, he's got had a lot of great examples to watch over. That being said, there's this narrative out there that I've gotten back from Ohio State fans that I find incredibly disingenuous. RJ's not good enough to be a quarterback at Ohio State. The same people who say that literally have probably never watched him play one time. They've never watched any film. They've never spent any of the time a sophomore lead St. Francis de Sales High School in Columbus to an impressive season where he broke the DeSales all-time passing record as a sophomore in high school. They've never done any of those things. They've never watched him throw the football. They've never watched him spin it to some very high talented wide receivers. They just go off the fact that, well, he's not a nationally known commodity at this point as far as the top quarterbacks in the 2027 class are concerned. And he's only 5'11", 6 foot at the most, and 200 pounds. So he's obviously not a Division One sized quarterback. I'm going to I'm going to kick back on that argument and that narrative for just a few things, and I'm going to give you some reasons why I believe RJ Day could be good enough to be a quarterback at Ohio State. Number one, look at the advantages he has been given as being the son of the head football coach at Ohio State. He has literally grown up in the shadows of JT Barrett, Dwayne Haskins, uh, CJ Stroud, okay? Some of the best quarterbacks we've had here, Justin Fields. And this was all before he even entered high school. He was being, I guess you could say, he was emulating these guys and was at practice with these guys, was in the locker room with these guys. And so he's been able to pick up little things from these guys, including some of the coaching at Ohio State, no doubt, as a youngster, which has been priceless for him. And so when you have these type of people who you are constantly around, it gives you a little bit of an advantage compared to your peers. That's number one. Number two, let's not forget that his own dad, the head coach of Ohio State, was a pretty doggone good athlete himself, a Division I quarterback when he was in college as well. And obviously, he's been teaching RJ since the time the kid was able to stand up and hold a football. He's been teaching him the skill set he needs to be successful. And so those are just two of the advantages. Now, of course, being the son of Ryan Day, he's also been, I guess you could say, exposed to some of the better quarterback teachers, instructors, and trainers that you could acquire or purchase uh, in Central Ohio. Some of the best. And if you just take a little bit of time to go watch some of his film, you can see the progression from when he was in junior high to where he has gotten to now going into his junior season of high school, where he is considered a national recruit at the quarterback position. Is he going to be the number one quarterback in the country? Of course not. No, he's not. No one is saying he should be. But we're also not saying that he's not good, not very good. How good is he? Well, without even playing a down of football in his junior year, he's already received four Power Four, uh, four Power Four offers. Okay, they are. See if I can do these from memory here. The first one was Boston College. He got one from Cincinnati. That's the Big 12. So now we have the ACC. We have the Big 12. Um, he got one recently from the Big Ten in Purdue. And I think, yes, Syracuse offered him as well. That's two from the ACC. So that's four Power Four offers already. And if he has another really good 7-on-7 summer and another really good fall as a junior, maybe he breaks his own records at the sales. I think you're going to start to see the floodgates open for a ton more offers for him in the Power Four. Now, that's not to say he doesn't have a lot of other Division One offers. Temple, Charlotte, Bowling Green, Rhode Island, Miami of Ohio, Kent State, Akron, Eastern Michigan, Toledo, Marshall, all schools that have offered RJ a scholarship to go play football in college for their programs. And so this is a pretty good quarterback, guys. Now, I'm going to caveat that by saying this as well. RJ has uh, RJ has seen the best that Ohio State has to offer, and he's also experienced the worst that Ohio State has to offer. I don't know if RJ would even want to come to Ohio State. I would love to him. I would love for him to come to Ohio State for selfish reasons because I would love nothing more than to see RJ and Ryan continue to, as a father son, be together while Ryan Day hopefully wins another national championship at Ohio State, maybe two more. Wouldn't that be great? Or more? Who knows, right? But let's say RJ's on the team when Ryan wins another national championship. How awesome would that be as an experience to share that with your son again? But not only your son and your children and your wife and your family, but your son is also on the roster that you coach that won a national championship. How amazing would that be? But I also know that he's experienced the worst that Ohio State has to offer. No no child should have to worry about defending his father for simply losing a football game. Now, I understand it's the game, and I understand it's more than just a game to all of us Ohio State fans. I get that. But no, the idiots who get stupid drunk and say and do the dumbest things are some of the scum of the earth, in my opinion. And you all know who I'm talking about when I talk about some guy on Twitter who got on there and literally stated that Ryan Day should do us all a favor and follow in his dad's footsteps. And of course, we all know, those of us who are close to the program know that Ryan Day grew up without a father because his father took his own life. And for some drunk idiot to say something that low to Ryan Day and his family is just an abomination. That guy shouldn't have that guy should have his Ohio State fan card removed from him. He should be banned from ever being on campus. He should be removed from social media, if you ask me my opinion. That is one of the lowest things a human being could say to another human being. And RJ's had to experience that. He's had to experience that as a teenager, watching his dad and his mom and his sisters experience the worst of what it means to be an Ohio State head coach. So I don't even know if he would even want to be a Buckeye, but if he did, I think it would be a fantastic opportunity for him to come to Ohio State, continue his development, and be a Buckeye where his dad's the head coach. By the way, in that class, in the 2027 class, Ohio State already has a 5-star recruit quarterback in Brady Edmonds who's committed. So it's not like RJ would be like the only option at quarterback that season. He would be the second quarterback taken in that class. And so I think it would behoove it would be a great benefit to Ohio State to have another Division One caliber quarterback in the room already. Even if he never supplants Brady Edmonds, even if he never starts a game at Ohio State, he offers incredible depth to the room as a Division One caliber quarterback. We just took a kid this past year to give us more depth in the room, who basically is never going to take a snap at Ohio State in any significant role whatsoever. And you mean to tell me RJ's not good enough to be a Buckeye quarterback? Get out of here with that soft take. Of course he's good enough to be a Buckeye at Ohio State, a Buckeye quarterback. But will he want to? That's the question. And I don't have the answer to that, because if he wants to go someplace and compete to start right away, then Ohio State's probably not going to be the place for him, obviously. But maybe there's things more important to a small D1 school, or a really bad Power 4 school like Purdue, and sit for a year and two and then get a chance to play. Maybe he should come to Ohio State, sit for a year and two, get developed, then transfer out and be a starter at a better program after he gains more experience at Ohio State. Plus, there's another advantage to this no one's even thinking about. He doesn't even have to have a scholarship to go to Ohio State for free. He is the son of an employee. He gets free tuition already. He's going to get his education absolutely free already as being a child of an employee of Ohio State. And so we don't even have to spend a scholarship on him for him to be on the team and a part of the roster. Okay. So that's something else that we should consider as Ohio State fans. So this narrative of RJ Day, Ryan Day's son, not good enough to be a quarterback at Ohio State is false. It's a weak take. It's a terrible narrative. And if you hear anybody say that, hit them with facts. He's going to be more than likely the number one ranked quarterback in the state of Ohio in the class of 2027. Already, he's considered one of the best, if not the best. He's going to be that number one recruit in the state of Ohio at quarterback, more than likely. He's got 4 Division One Power 4 offers, and he's been in development with some of the very best quarterback gurus that money can buy since the time he was just an infant, basically. And oh yeah, by the way, who's been teaching him how to be a quarterback his whole life? The guy who was a quarterback who just won a national championship as a head coach of the Ohio State University. I hope you enjoyed this evergreen video. Right now, I'm on vacation, so this was pre-recorded. I hope you enjoyed it. Let us know what you think about what we think down in the comment section below. Have a great day, everybody. And oh, by the way, real quick, on the way out, I do have a scripture verse for you. 1 Corinthians chapter 1, verse 18. For the preaching of the cross is to them that perish foolishness, but unto us which are saved, it is the power of God. Being a Christian to a lot of people is foolishness, but to us who know and believe and have a relationship with Jesus Christ, there's power in it, and I'm thankful for that power to overcome this world. Have a great day, everybody. Until next time, be kind to one another. I owe someone's OH. Sing Carmen, Ohio with all your heart. You all know what to do. Go Bucks.